Hello everyone, today I am going to implement bullet penetration for different objects, different surface types. So this one is a wooden surface. All the guns can penetrate wooden surfaces, and this is a metallic surface, steel surface, and this gun can't penetrate metal surfaces. And also the characters, I can't shoot the character behind through the character in front because the flesh bullets can't penetrate flesh, but this shotgun can penetrate flesh. So let me demonstrate that. If I shoot here, you can see the character behind get hit, so it died. If I shoot here, the character behind doesn't get hit, and if I shoot here, only the first character reacts because other character don't get the hit. The AK bullets don't penetrate flesh, but if I use the shotgun, you can see both characters react because shotgun can penetrate through the flesh. Actually, it's not realistic. I just wanted to implement the method so you guys can use it accordingly. So maybe for the only for the sniper. Okay, alright, let's see how to do that today. And this episode is sponsored by these generous patrons. Thank you very much for your support. Okay, so first let me add some play in front of these characters to test the bullet penetration. So at the moment, if I shoot, nothing happens. See, actually what happens is the character character behind doesn't get shot. Character behind this board doesn't get shot. Just to make it more clear, do we have any wood? Wood palette. Let's use this. To give some wooden look. And also, we have physical material as well for wood. Yeah, let's assign that too. See, okay, so to implement bullet penetration, let me open the gun blueprint. So even though I am using the sniper at the moment, it is a child of BP gun. Let me change the default gun of the player character to something default instead of this sniper. Let's use AK because I want to implement that function in the base gun class, not especially sniper is some special case. Right now, even though the character has the AK, it doesn't override any of the functions such as this emit bullet, so we can modify this to allow bullet penetration. So here the way I'm going to define is only if the material is wood, bullet can penetrate it. So only if the physical material is wood. So how do we implement that? Okay, so here first we have this line trace. Instead of using these, we could use a multi-line trace. Let me do that. Multi-line trace by channel. Start is same as this one, end is this one. Okay, now here we get out array of hit results, and here we get only one hit result here, but in this case we get multiple hit results. So in order to reuse the same code, I have to change this part a bit. So here we are using out hit impact point. Let me modify this code a bit. Here physical material and out hit actor. Blocking hit. Okay, and the return value. Alright. Now let me take a screenshot of this part because I'm gonna disconnect it temporarily. Break. Don't worry, I have the screenshot here. And break. Oh, this one also there. That is not in the screenshot, but that should be fine. Okay, now I can recombine this. Right, then break. Okay, now we have to reconnect. The reason to do this is because I need a way to get element by element from this array and reuse the same code I have written here. Okay, so according to the screenshot I have, blocking hit goes here, and this one is not broken. Great. First one is out hit impact point. Second one is impact normal. Out hit physical material and hit actor. Okay, all the things are connected again. Let me test it. Yeah, it is still working. Alright. Now here let me collapse this part, this node, into a separate node. I'll call it hit and damage. Okay, I'll rename this input pin 2 to hit. Just oh wait, I can't. Hit return. And this one actually I don't need it. It's the same thing. Option 0. Let me remove this input pin. Option 0 means what is it? Target location. Okay, let's test again just to be sure. Yeah, everything is okay. Alright. Now let's convert. Let's use this multi-line trace by channel instead of the line trace by channel, and as the trace channel I'll use bullet trace, and actors to ignore I'll just use the same thing. Debug type not required for now. Right, here I get out hits. Right, let me enable this temporarily and run for each loop. I just want to put the name. Hit actor, let's print the name of whatever the actor, just to see if it is working. Let's keep for 5 seconds. Plane, only plane is detected. The reason is actually I have this get target location, and it only gives me the location of the closest hit. So what I can do is, here we can get a direction vector from this socket location to this one, to the target location, and multiply it with this is becoming messy. Let me collapse this. And then target. Right, multiply this with some float value. And I'll promote this to a variable. I'll call it penetration bullet penetration distance. So we can customize this property as well for each gun. I'll set 200, no, for testing 500. From 2, then the new target location would be this one plus this one, and we can output this. Right, that should be the new end. Okay, now let's see. That's also just a play. Right, why? Okay, it seems let me make this overlap the bullet tracer channel. Why it doesn't print? Oh, sorry, this is disconnected. Right, now it detects, but it's not practical for me to make all the objects overlap the bullet tracer, because it should not only depend on the object collision settings, it should depend on the gun as well. For example, some bullets in the for example, a sniper should be able to penetrate some type of surfaces rather than pistol bullets, so therefore I don't want to use that approach. So let's try the other one, which is multi-line trace for objects. Let's try this one. For debug type, let's make it persistent so we can inspect it. Oh, we have to define object types. What if we don't define? Oh, we have to. Let's make an array. World static phone world dynamic was, so we might need here. Right. Now it works, but it shows the attached objects as well, which is not necessary. So how can I avoid? I need to avoid these attached objects, such as the gun and this pistol and AK rifle. But how do we do that? Well, let's try something like this. Get parent at. Okay, now we can delete this one. We are not going to use it. Get parent actor. If it has a valid parent actor, that means it is an attached object. So let's discard them for now. Right. It's still not working. Let's try this one. Get attached parent. Alright, now it is working. Okay, now you can see these are considered as two login hits, but it is working. Okay, now what's the first thing I printed? NPC or yeah, plane and NPC. Okay, first we get the initial hit, then the next hit. Right, so now we should be able to use right here. We can get the hit and the hit return. Shall I use this block and hit? Okay, now again we should be able to do the damage. No, nothing happens. Why? Ah, it's not connected. Let me disable the tracing debug type so we can clearly see. Right, it hit the board and also it hit the character behind it. Great. Now how do we define which material, which objects the bullets can penetrate, which cannot? So to define that, we have to change this a bit. Let's change this, instead of for each loop, for each loop with break. Right, now here we can get the physical material, its surface type. If this one equals to wood, let's have a branch. If this is true, that means we can further penetrate. Oh, we should do it at the end. Do this check at the end. Oh wait, we should connect it like this. If this is wood, we can penetrate, no issue. If this is not, I'll break this one. So now I still should be able to show through the board. Yes. Now let me add another board, and I'll set it physical material to metal. Let me assign an appropriate material as well. Do we have any metal looking stuff? This one, okay. So I should not be able to shoot through this. Yes, I can't. Here I can. Okay. And now this is a binary way to implement this. So we need an array, or like a matrix, that we can define which bullet, which surface type we can penetrate, which is not. So to do that, let me define, add another variable. Bullet penetration matrix should be surface type and a map. Second one should be a boolean. Right. Default I'll set to flesh, can't penetrate. Next one dirt, can't penetrate. Next one glass, can penetrate. Next one metal, can't penetrate. Rock, can't penetrate. Water, can penetrate. Wood, can penetrate. Brick, can't penetrate. take, can't sand, can't snow, can't, and then default also can't. Okay, now we can use this one, get value, no, find, right, using the surface type we can find. If this condition is true, that means we can penetrate. False, that means we can't penetrate. Now we can customize this matrix for various weapons. Okay, we can't go. And we have one problem. For some reason now we get the default physics material for the character. So the reason is I have to set the physics material override of this capsule to flesh. Otherwise this multi-line trace for object doesn't get the correct physical material. And also add the destructible as well to the object type, so we should be able to shoot down these explosive barrels. So here now we can't shoot through the metal bar, but we can shoot through the wooden pallet. Okay, so with that I can stop this episode, but let me demonstrate how to override this penetration matrix for the one of the guns. Let's see this one, sniper. Here I'll set this sniper can penetrate flesh as well. When I do that, if I place a character behind, we should be able to kill it with one shot. Let me get the sniper. Oh yeah, the problem with the sniper was I had to set this initial transform, the local transform, according to the equipped transform. So sorry, no, yeah, I just said that. So then it worked fine. Actually not equipped, unequipped, but both works fine. See, right? Okay, now if I shoot from this one, you can see only the first character get hurt. If I use this one, oh, there also the first character got hurt. Why it didn't change? Flesh can penetrate. Alright, the reason is I have overridden the emit bullet function for the sniper, so I have to re-enable, change this one also to use the multi-line trace for object as well. Okay, so that's fine. Then what about this shotgun? Must work. Here, let's change it to penetrate flesh. right? Both reacted. See. Okay. Alright, so with this I'm gonna stop this episode, and as always project files will be available for the download in Patreon page. Link would be in the description below, and if you like to support my work you can get the membership of the Patreon club. See you in another episode. Goodbye.